In my book, Lord of the Flies by William Golding, not too much has happened recently other than this fact that the boys keep hunting for food and they keep almost getting annoyed with one another. There are a lot of conversations that are going on that don't necessarily have to do with a lot of the island and their situation, but getting annoyed with other boys and getting mad at other boys for certain instances, for certain reasons that they are doing. And so, for this week's book, Babble on Criticism, I wanted to talk about how William Golding really jumps around a lot in the book. Even ever since the book started, I felt that the book has gone in one constant direction, but at the same time, he's almost maybe gone, not necessarily, but I think that he goes on a little, he jumps around from character to character. And all of that is sometimes good because I feel as though he's definitely trying to get an overview of all the characters, and he's trying to make sure that the audience gets a good picture of what each character is doing at each time and what their significant role in the book is. But at the same time, it's really confusing because it is hard to... It's definitely hard because it doesn't go real in depth with any character. It just gives us a surface overview. And although I talked about in my podcast how Ralph is definitely one of the characters that is shown a lot more through actions and dialogue, the other characters aren't really shown that much besides of their dialogue amongst one another and some little actions. They don't really given a huge role in the text, and I feel as though it just makes me a little bit angry because it's harder to follow when there's so many different boys. I want to say that there has to be more than 10 boys on the island, and when they're all from like different areas and different schools and stuff, it is definitely hard to get a good, accurate portrayal of the boys when there's so many of them, and the author jumps around constantly. He is not focusing on one really character at all, but rather on a bunch of characters. And so that is one thing that is decided to criticize about Lord of the Flies by William Golding.